Good evening and welcome to Here's the Life with Zemrah right here at IntellectualRadio.com. And as always, I always am so excited about being able to come in and share with you some of our thoughts and feelings, and so excited, happy that we have such a great platform to be able to do just that. So I really, really hope that you enjoy the segment that I have to talk about with you this evening. And it's that time of season where there's so many questions and everything regarding Medicare and Social Security and your health and all of that. So just want to make sure that I can share those things with you. Unfortunately, my better half is a little down and a little under the weather, but cannot keep a good man down. So he'll probably be back next week or the following week. But anyway, he's hanging in there. And then next week, we have our relationship enthusiast. So Pamela Wilkes should be joining us next week. So always looking forward to that. Want to make sure that you getting your tickets. You can go to Eventbrite. You can really go to my website, which takes you right to Eventbrite for Here's the Life Concert 7. I promise you it's going to be a great, great evening. We're blessed to be out at the African Fest with our producer, Earl Winfrey and Wanda B. And it was really, really nice. They gave me an opportunity to talk about my concert and to pass out my flyers. And I just really and truly appreciate how they are always so just so wonderful and so supportive. And that's one of the things that I feel so blessed about, is because I have so many people that are really opening their arms. I haven't been out for my concert. It's 7 years. Seventh Here's a Life concert, but it's been 7 years ago. My last one was 2016. And of course, my release party on Love Was Possible was in 19. But the concert 7 Here's the Life, it's been 7 years. So Wilda Belt that we were talking about it, and it's just amazing how fast time goes by. And so 7 years means perfection. So we are so excited. Make sure it's October 21st and it's on Sweetest Day. So that's what's so wonderful. I mean, you want to be able to bring your sweetie out and show your sweetheart a wonderful evening. We have opening up for me the Remedy, a wonderful group of guys that are absolutely phenomenal. I got some wonderful musicians playing behind me. I've got Roger Harris on keyboards and Tyrone Blair, drummer, and he's our musical director this year. And I'm very, very excited about just this concert. We got some great, great songs that we're doing, some new songs that I'm introducing, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful evening. So make sure VIP is $70, comes with a sit-down dinner, and you get a gift bag, special seating, only $70. And the meal is going to be wonderful, catered by my daughter, if I must say. And you will enjoy it because she is an absolute phenomenal cook. And this year it is a sit-down dinner, so you will be served. And then general admission is $40. Doors open for the concert itself at 6 and showtime at 7. And I mean, we hit at 7 on the dot. So make sure you get your tickets. You can contact Wilda Belt at 312-399-6256. And also you can go to my website, www.zemrahjazzy.com. It'll take you right to Eventbrite. Another friend of mine that I worked with my previous job. She went on Eventbrite, got her tickets, no issue. So make sure that you do that. I promise you, you have a great evening. And so also make sure that you check out Love is Possible. We're on Spotify, we're on Pandora, we're on Amazon, all streaming. Love is Possible. So we'll have some Love is Possible at the concert. We'll have T-shirts, caps. So great vendors. I don't have all our vendors yet listed, but we're going to have some great vendors. Also, if you know of anybody that wants to take out an ad, we have a wonderful ad book. You can get a business card size ad for $35, and it does get in the hands of a lot of people. So you want to make sure that anybody that you know, you check that out, and they can also contact World of Belt about that. Again, 312-399-6256. And those are my announcements for today. And then we're going to get into my segment of Social Security. And if any of you all know and understand about Social Security, that is something that when you work, you pay into that. And that means you pay into that out of your own check, out of your own pocket. They deduct that. And so how it is, and I just get really upset, infuriated, really, because I am still trying to figure out how they can take and tax your Social Security. They're already taking tax out as it is, federal tax, but how they expect you to pay taxes, federal taxes now, on your Social Security that you've earned. Just like they're talking about, I've heard a lot about even taking away your Social Security. Can you imagine how many people, some people don't even get that much as it is. And then to say taking it away, I mean, that would take away really their livelihood and everything else, because that is what a lot of people, a lot of our elders live on that. So my thing is that how, when we talk about the things that need to be changed, and you need to take this to some of your politicians and all of that, that is something that I think is major, that we need to really look at and talk about them taxing our Social Security, but even more of the fact that this is something that we paid into with our money that we work for, because they take it out of our work check that we've earned. This is a benefit that you've earned. So it's not something that they're giving us. This is something that we have paid into, and it belongs to us. And to me, the politicians and all are not doing enough where that's concerned. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. And I just think that it is absolutely insanity that they do this to us. So I am saying to you, any politicians that you might be close to, matter of fact, to be honest with you, I wrote a letter maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, because I with me being in insurance, health insurance, Medicare, the Medicare side of insurance for about 35 years. And I wrote a letter to President Biden, and I asked about things being more done more for seniors. And that is one of the things that I addressed as far as Social Security. And then another one of the things that I addressed, that I think that I spoke on a while back, is the fact of if your mate pass, and then you're getting your Social Security. So the money, again, that you've worked for, that goes away, but you can pick the highest. So say Mrs. Washington, her Social Security is $950, and that's really low, but $950 a month. And then her husband is say $1,400 a month, or maybe I'll say his is $10,000 a month. Hers is 890, his is 10,000, and he passed. Well, hers will go away, and she can choose his, which is $10,000, which is what, $110 more. I mean, when you really think about it, or not 100, but a 1,010. Wait a minute, no, 890 and what I said in 12. Well, anyway, the math, you get what my drift. The bottom line is she can choose his because his is a little more. Whereas, and it's and I'm saying not 10,000. I mean, wait a minute, not 10,000 because it's not that. I mean, so $890, and say is what am I saying? I'm getting all confused. So right on my show. Okay, so his is a little more, but you get what I'm saying. His is more. It's not that much more, but she can go and choose. She can choose his. But the bottom line is that takes away from from her lifestyle, because she has to definitely change her lifestyle, where they were living off of 1890. They were living off of that, and then you turn around, and then that is what she's left with, is just that one income, and how they can take away. And so I wrote him, and he just wrote back and said they're working on some things for seniors, which he really did not address that, because I thought that was kind of it was kind of, how can I put it, kind of neutral. He was kind of neutral. We're doing some things for seniors, but when you look at seniors spending money for medication, and these medications where they are supposedly coming down, because he made some kind of breaks in medications, your RX being so expensive. So even some of the Medicare Advantage plans and some of the insurances are coming down, with some of their deductibles and some of their with their tiers, and where the out of pocket, the threshold, and all of that plays into comes into play. They've kind of come down on some of that, and with some of the medications, because some of the medications, I mean, for heart and for diabetes, and I mean, now some plans, they are having it where with your diabetic insulin, that they cannot go over $35. So some of the plans are working on making sure that when it comes to your diabetic medication, that it's not just completely out of the box. Because again, and we've talked about this, especially around this time, because this is coming into annual enrollment, where you can, make your changes, and then it becomes effective January 1st. And that's another thing that you really want to look at and kind of start out now. Annual enrollment begins October 7th, ends December 14th. So you want to make sure that you take your time and pick out a plan that is going to be really beneficial for you. And it's October 15th and ends December 7th. I apologize. So you want to make sure that you take your time and kind of do your research and see if you have a plan. And you might want to look at that plan and then kind of do some comparisons, because some of the plans have come up with some really, really good changes, where you don't have, your copays are not as high, your deductible might not be that high. I think what is really good, and if you can afford it, always a med sub is really, really good, because you have the freedom to go anywhere you want. You just pay a monthly premium. Even if you go to out of town and you get sick, you can use your supplement, because your supplements travel with you. So you want to kind of, check that out. And it just becomes a really, really good opportunity where you have the freedom of going without worrying about referrals. And then if you don't want to, or you can't really afford to do, say, a supplement, then you can always look at a PPO, because the PPO also gives you an opportunity where you don't have to go with a referral. Usually it is your HMOs, health maintenance organization, where you have to really stay within the network, which HMOs now work good because they coordinate your healthcare for you. And the main thing with HMOs, you have a great doctor. It's on the money. Whenever you have an HMO, you choose and look for a great doctor that's in the network, and then your doctor is responsible to coordinate all of your health care for you. They make sure you get what you need. You see your any specialist that you need. They are responsible for that. So that's why, sometimes, as I've always said, the HMOs get a bad rap, but the key is always with your health plan. It can be, a med sub, it can be your PPO, it can be your HMOs. But the main thing is that you got a great physician, because when you got a great doctor, that's when you know that you'll be taken care of. Because, and I always say a good doctor is one that has no problems referring you. If it's something that you need a gastrologist, or you need a great orthopedic specialist, or a cardiologist, or ophthalmologist, any specialist that you need to take care of what you need, especially when we start getting older and want to maintain your health. The important thing is getting a doctor that understands that. Just like one of my segments that I'm going to talk about maybe in before this year is out, and I really want to talk about that, is lymphedema. And I've touched on that before, but a lot of people that are very, very heavy in weight, and they don't even know, because it's sad, because a lot of doctors don't know and understand about lymphedema. But really and truly, what it is fluid that builds up, and it comes from your lymph nodes. And then it is a difference, because it can be vascular, and then it also can be lymphedema. So that's a difference. So it's like two different ones. And the doctors, by them not really and truly understanding it, and that's unfortunate, because there are people walking around that's very, very heavy legged, heavy thighs, and they think it's weight, but it's not always weight. It's a fluid buildup that is not really circulating and going where it should go in the body. And so it looks like you big as a house, because you are, but it's not necessarily because of food. And a lot of people don't understand that, but that's another segment. And we definitely are going to touch on that, because people don't know. They've been diagnosed wrong, and that can be very, eventually, if not really taken care of, it can become life-threatening. So it's something that, you can be, and I will bring, actual information on it. But it's something that you want to really look at. If someone in your family is very heavy in the legs, and skin is coming over on thighs down to their ankles and all of that, you might want to check that out and have them checked out for lymphedema. Look it up. So anyway, so just kind of, look at your plan and kind of compare and see and make sure that you get the right one, for you, for your pocket, because a lot of your HMOs, the good thing about it, Medicare pays for it, because you don't have to worry about a monthly premium, because the money that you pay for your Part B, which I think it's $167, and it might go up this year, I'm not sure yet, but that is for your Part B. And so your Part B is all your medical and, all of that. So you want to make sure that you choose a plan that's good. And I always say, if you're basically healthy, you don't have a lot of issues, let that Part B pay for your plan. It don't make sense to go outside of that. But anyway, so that's what I mean when I'm saying, you don't want to have to be worried about paying for things that really you have available to you. And that's one of the things that I really would like to see us kind of come together on and see if we can make a difference with that, because I think it's very important that we should not have to be taxed on Medicare. We should not have to be taxed on our Social Security and money, again, that we've paid into. And I think it's real important that Social Security piece, where if your mate passed, you should be able to keep both of those checks. Because my thing is they are making us pay for people that didn't work, that don't work. And I think that it's just like the same thing. I feel like if like Ed and I, we pay with our taxes, our real estate taxes. I mean, the biggest portion of our real estate taxes goes into the school system for taxes. And I'm saying we don't have child nor chick in a school. And then when I wanted, one of my grandsons wanted to come and stay with us, if we had have allowed that, because he did not live in the district, he would have had to move in with us. And if they found that out, that he was not living with us, for example, then we would have been fined, they say, like $10,000. So who wants to deprive their grandchildren or grandson or grandchild that might want to go to a school that's near you, but then there's a fear that you're going to be fined $10,000 if they find out that your child does not live in that school district, but they're staying with their grandparents, but yet we are paying all those taxes into the school that we would like for our grandson to go in, our granddaughter to go to. What kind of sense does that make? That would say no to me. It doesn't make any kind of sense. And those are things that we need to come together on, because all we're doing is paying for other people to benefit, why you are not, where it's taking out of your pocket and out of your household for people that don't work. And it just needs, those type of things to me are all political. It's like I always say, the richer get rich and the poor get poor. And the rich just get richer. They don't, the people that are getting all the money and making all the money, they don't even hardly pay any taxes, or it's a minimum of what they pay. And then you got people that are struggling to pay their rent almost, or to pay their mortgage. And those are the ones that are struggling, having to pay the IRS, or they're on a payment plan or whatever. But it's still always, the bottom line is there is a struggle for the people that work the hardest to make ends meet. And it just does not make sense for us to be paying paying taxes to the IRS for our Social Security benefits. That just is not fair. It's not good. And we really and truly need to make a voice of that. I mean, make a major stink about that. So again, anybody you know, in politicians that can make a difference, we need to come together on that. And it doesn't take but a letter. We start sending letters out on that. Just take time and write a letter, and how the unfairness of that is that we should be paying on something that we are paying into, and we should not be paying taxes on all of that. So I really want us to look at that and send out some information on that, send some letters to the, send it to the Oval Office. We need to do that. Send it to the mayor. We need to start, sending and flooding these places with letters of concern. Because to me, I still say, with everything, I still don't think that there is enough done for seniors. I just don't. When you get older, it's like, almost, it seems like the older you get, seniors are just bypassed. It's not, they have to worry about this, they have to worry about that. And I just don't think that enough is done for seniors. I really, really don't. So I'd like for those that are listening to touch your, your mayors in the different cities, and send some letters out to President Biden and all those, because a lot of us do have connections with our mayors, and so I think that it would be great if we did that. So again, make sure with your health care, with coming up into annual enrollment, that you make sure that you get out and you go online. If you got daughters or sons that's savvy on the computer, have them to get online and kind of help you with choosing a plan, compare plans with what you have currently, and then see what a difference, if you're paying a premium, and or you were paying a premium, and now it's getting a little bit too much for you. A lot of the plans have that zero option, and you still get a lot coming from it. You get, even some of the plans have as much as $5,000 towards dental now, and it's some good things, that some good plans out there that you really want to look into and check out. And I think the over the counter, where they have the over the counter benefits, they have the gym benefits. So keeping yourself in shape, and it's those little things there are good when it comes to that. But again, you're paying for it. You may as well say, because they're taking that $167 out of your Social Security, and that comes out of your Social Security also every month. So you got to look at that. And that's why I tell people, let that work for you. So go ahead and take a Medicare Advantage plan or something in that area, because most of the time with those, you don't have to pay a monthly premium. Some of your PPOs are where you don't have to pay a monthly premium with that. And again, you have the opportunity to be able to go go and choose and go where you want to go. So just kind of look at it, kind of think about it. And I always say, let spirit guide you, because God is good. When your heart is pure, God will kind of direct you when you listen to that small voice, and just kind of tune in to what can be good for you. Ask around, what's good for me might not be good for you, but you need to compare. And once you compare, you'll see the difference, because it does make a major difference. And on that note, I think I'll hear one of our songs from Love is Possible, and then we'll be right back.
When I look in your eyes, I see the depths of your soul. I see your tenderness, your lovely, your sweetness, my darling. I see you when I hold your face in the palm of my hands and slowly pull you close. We kiss so tenderly. That's why I see you. I come alive, for my love for you is true. I see you, my darling, my baby, 'cause I see you. If it's morning down or moonlight night, my love for you shines oh so bright. I'm vulnerable for happiness. That's why I see you. Baby, I adore you. Need and want you so. Yes, my lovely, my darling, my love. I see you. I see you. You make my wishes come true. I'm so mad about you. I dream of you every night. I know that you, baby, will make things right. I love you, my darling. I love you with all of my heart. That's why I see you. I see you. Baby, I adore you. And I need and want you so. You're my lovely, my sweetness, my darling, that's why I see you. I come alive, for my love for you is true. I see you, my darling, my baby, that's why I see you. That's why I see you. Baby, you know, I see you right there. I see you. I see you. Don't you know it's true? I see you. I see you. I see you.
Welcome back to Here's the Life with Zemrah right here at Intellectual Radio. And we were talking about Social Security and Medicare and the different plans. And you, with annual enrollment coming up October 15th through December 7th, and giving you that opportunity to select a new plan, which your plan does not begin until, of course, January 1, 2024. Wow, can you believe that this is September 5th? It seems like, man, I don't know, it seems like somebody's regulating the time or something because the time seems to be flying. Before you know it, the Here's the Life concert, October 21st, 23 will be here before you know it. We want you to share it with all your friends and family. We want to try and make this a complete success. We want to sell out. $40 tickets are your general admission. We want you to make sure that you tell everybody you know to come on out and enjoy a wonderful evening and bring their sweetheart out for a great evening of just wonderful music, great music. I'm looking so forward to the music that we'll be sharing, and the Remedy is awesome. They are opening up for the brother Hamilton, Anthony Hamilton, on the 9th. And so we are very, very excited. Some great guys, wonderful spirits, great personalities. And so we're real excited about, working, having them join us. So just want you to kind of think about some things as far if you know anybody that needs any ads. We have a wonderful ad book that your business gets out, and we've had some great ads. We've had the Step Above and Brock's for men. We have wonderful vendors, and we have people that sell cell phones. Karen Joy, wonderful jewelry person, and just all kind of the Broken Arrow Horseback Riding Club. Uh, we have just some great all I can say is we've had some wonderful, wonderful people too. Soul Vegetarian on 75th Street has always supported us. Maryland with oil change, First Choice Home Care, um, product with New Life Health Foods, Clean Your Colon, and just a wonderful all body construction, a great, great advertisement, Universal Dental. So just make sure that you, if you know anybody, again, our ads are very, 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 they get in the hands of people. I've had people call me where people called them about skincare and about all kind of things. So the book is definitely used, and you even the USP, even the UPS store. So, you know, again, if you are or you'd like to advertise your business, you can just contact Walter Belt again at 312-399-6256. And then I'm sure that we'll be coming up too. We always want to talk about um, Cup of Joe, our veterans meeting with Dr. Yvonne Gilly Wallace and her team. That should be coming up maybe in a week or so. And we want to make sure, again, it's always at Christ Universal Temple, which again, their annual picnic was just wonderful week before last. It was a great, great success. And one of the things, though, that I do want to say was a success because of the people that did come out. But one of the things that I want to say that we have got to really and truly make sure that we support one another. What they do is just phenomenal for the veterans. And so they spend a lot of, they get a lot of donations, but they still spend a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of advertising. And so you want to make sure that you support them. If you have a veteran in the household or you know of a veteran, I mean, they work with their benefits. They're getting ready at one point where they will be taking the veterans to Washington, D.C., and you want to make sure that they be able to take advantage of that. A lot of times we miss out on a lot of things because we don't participate. And I think that that's very, very, it's hard for us. We always complain about not being supportive, but then when we have the opportunity to support, when you're being supported and you have an opportunity to participate, you don't. So I think it's important that when we announce about the different events that the Veterans Initiative have, we'd like for you to make sure that if you have anyone in your family that is a veteran, make sure that they know, and they can always contact even myself at 708-536-3228. And I can even, send your information over to Dr. Yvonne Gilly Wallace. But make sure that you, take, take advantage of that. Everybody else takes advantage of all the things that they want to do or whatever. Make sure that you take advantage of things that are that pertinent because they do some great things for veterans, and especially where their benefits are concerned. They get their percentages up and everything, and that is what is so great and so wonderful. They understand the value of the veterans and they work on their behalf. So you want to make sure that you, I mean, that's a feather in your cap if you can do that for an uncle or even an aunt, because they have women veterans too, very much so are involved. And it's beneficial for women as well. So you want to make sure that you take advantage of that. The holidays are coming. They feed the veterans for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, all of that. Veterans Day is coming up, and they do something, a special event for that. So make sure that you tune in on that so they can benefit from that, and letting them know that, because we have a lot of veterans that are not taken care of like they should. I see veterans all the time on the street begging, and there is no need for that. It doesn't make any sense for that. And if they're getting Social Security, it's not that much a lot of times. So again, back to the Social Security being taxed on that, and their Medicare, a lot of times they don't get the full benefit of that because maybe they didn't pay into their Part B. So because you have to work 40 quarters in order to have the Part B. So when they have the opportunity to be able to benefit from the veterans by being able to go to the veteran hospital, but if they can go to another facility and being taken care of, then that's good to know. So don't miss out on that. So I'm not going to go on and on, but again, on the Social Security, make sure that you write that letter to your alderman, to your mayor, and just kind of share that, that why should we have to pay again, be taxed on our Social Security? Why is it that if your spouse, your mate pass, that you have to choose? You can choose the largest, but what happens to the one that's living? Why should yours go away? And that is money that you worked for and you earned, and that is yours. I don't even really look at it as a benefit because it's yours that you paid for. So I think that we need to try and come together on that. Write a letter to President Biden and say that this needs to go away. We should not be paying taxes on our Social Security. We should not have to give up our spouses or my check. If I lose my spouse, there's enough stress and strain once you lose your mate, and then I have to worry about trying to find some kind of way to make up that other check. I don't think so. So we need to really and truly send some letters out. Let's flood our aldermen, our mayors, and our president with that concern, and see if that will make a difference. Tell your friends, tell your family members that are seniors. If you have a son or a daughter, have them to sit down and write a letter with you, because this is just not acceptable. And a lot of people, I don't think they even pay attention to it. I don't even know if they even realize it. But those that have experienced it, it's rough and it's tough. And I know that because I've talked to people that have gone through it. By me working with seniors, I know it. So it gets kind of tight and really, really rough. So let's come together and do that. Again, we hear it. Here's the Life with Zemrah here at Intellectual Radio, who I just love the producers, Wanda B. and Earl Winfrey. They are just such wonderful, such a great, awesome couple with so much love, so much support, and they just do the right thing every time to make things work for you. And the most wonderful thing about them is the support that they give to the shows and to people of color. And I just think that it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing. So whenever you need support, you can always count on IntellectualRadio.com, who Ed and I just adore. So stay tuned next week. We'll have our relationship enthusiast here, Miss Pamela Wilkes. And to my hubby, my better half, we missed you this week, and we certainly hope that you will be back with us next week. You have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening, and stay tuned for The Good Wife. I think she has some great show for you this evening. Good evening.
Love is possible